So I went to go see The Visit tonight. Oh my God. I really enjoyed The Visit. It was actually a pretty good flick. It was very entertaining. It's a scary movie about two teenage children, brother and sister, who go to visit their grandparents. And it's supposed to be a scary movie, and it is kind of scary, but it's really, really funny too. So if you don't want to hear about the movie, this would be a good time for you to just turn this video off. But so what I don't understand, I've never understood this about white people inside of horror movies. White people, why do you go search for demonic things? Do you go searching for demonic things? I just don't get that. But so these two teenage children are sent to visit their grandparents that they've never met, have never known, because their mother, who is the daughter to these grandparents, left when she was 19 to marry some dude, never turned back, never spoke to her parents again until they found her on social media, and then they were like, we want to meet our grandkids and send them on for a week's vacation. Now, to me, that's a little bit strange because even with them being my parents, if I haven't actually spoken to them in 19 years, I'm not so sure that I'm going to send my children unaccompanied to visit their grandparents. I need to see what's going on. And I'm being for real right now. Like, I know that's my mom and dad, but if I ain't seen you in 19 years, I need to see what the hell's going on. That didn't happen. So she just, sent her children. Who does that? Do people do that? She just sent her children without. And what was the other thing that was really weird? And again, if you don't want to know about the movie, this would be a good time to turn this video off. The other thing that was weird about the movie is that you didn't show your children, or you're sending your children to see their grandparents. They've never met them, but you didn't show them a picture of what your parents look like, or you didn't ask your parents to send the picture. So if you're sending your children on and they're meeting people they've never met, wouldn't it be appropriate to send a picture? I mean, even Uber sends you a picture who's going to pick your monkey ass up at the curb. So why wouldn't you want to see who your children are going to be going to? You haven't seen them in years, almost 2 decades. It's just nonsense. That's nonsense to me. But anyway, so they go and the grandparents are crazy. Straight up bottom line, pure D nuts. The teenage daughter who is older is making a documentary film. She's one of those, and she's doing her film about her life and her grandparents and her mother and what the big rift was, why her mother left 19 years before. And so there's a constant video camera going the whole time. That's how they explain that. And then the younger teen, who is the boy, is a rapper. He makes the film for me. He's hilarious throughout the entire film. But so they go to visit their grandparents. The grandparents pick them up at the train station, and they're just weird from the very beginning. And nobody is questioning this. And then there are things that are going on. They live out on a farm. There are things going on out on the farm that are questionable. And one of the things that the kids do is they go under the house. They go under the house to play hide and seek. Now, these are teenagers. First of all, as teenagers, why are you playing hide and seek? One. Two, why under the house? Do you know how many things crawl in and die under the house? So they go under the house, and of course, grandma's under there chasing them. Listen, once my 70 something, 80 something year old grandmother is chasing me under a house, I'm out, yo. Like, the difference between black people and white people in scary movies is black people just don't do shit. They don't go under houses. They don't stay where there are spirits. We are very connected to the other sides. And we don't play with the hanks and the anks. All them things that are not like God. We don't do. And so for you to be like, Pop and Nana are really acting crazy. Like, so Nana actually goes into, she has um, Alzheimer's with sundown syndrome. So when the sun goes down, they get really sporadic. And she just was doing like some extra special things. Like she would come up out them clothes and be walking around naked. You know, it must be a blessing to be in your 80s and feel like, you know what, I'm gonna be naked for a film. Let me just say that on the side note. Like she was just like, listen, this body is still beautiful, baby. I could still pull somebody at 80 because she was naked. And she looked all right for an 80-something-year-old naked woman. Like she was pretty in decent shape actually. But so the mother checks in. She goes on a cruise with her boyfriend, and she video Skypes her children, and her children are telling her something's off here. I don't know what it is, but something is not right here. See, now black mamas, I just can't imagine. I don't understand why she didn't say, "Listen, let me get back to my children right away." Anyway, I guess that would have been the end of the film, but it would have been the end of the film very early on for black people. Like, I'm not going under the house. Pop and Nana are acting crazy. I'm not even going back in the house. And then there was just like I just there were just times where I was trying to process what would I do if I were this teen in this movie. Black folks love a corner store, don't we? Don't we love that corner store? Won't we go to that corner store for everything believable and possible? Can't you get everything at the corner store, from groceries to liquor to condoms? You can just get everything at the corner store. And so I just can't. I think that I would have gone in search of a corner store. I think that's what black folks, for some sunflower seeds and a pickle or something, just something. And they didn't do that. And so they didn't run to safety when they should have. They didn't leave when they should have. And then when they finally convinced their mother, listen, something is wrong with Pop Pop and Nana. And so they took their camera and the video Skype, and they showed their mother the people who were posing as her parents. And she's like, listen, that is not Nana, and that is not Pop Pop. Get the hell out of here. Now, at some point, the kids were like, Ma, you got to come get us. And she's like, well, why? What's wrong? Listen, my kids are not going to keep asking me to come get them, and I'm telling them as their child, that something is wrong. So she's like, well, what's wrong? So when she saw that those weren't her parents, she was like, oh my God, like, pack your bags and get out of there. I'm on my way. I'll be calling the police the whole way up. And those kids had to act accordingly. Those kids lost their innocence in that house. I will leave it at that. And they had to do some extraordinary things to get out of there. And that was really pretty much the highlight of the movie, what they had to do to get up out of there. But it was really kind of scary at that point, actually. It did scare me just a little bit. But it was funny, like all the way even into the credits. The movie is hilarious. Please go check it out. It's really retarded. I mean, it is really, really, really funny.